Okay, here we go. Welcome to the very first tutorial for Apotheosis. I'm going to show you how to download the game and how to play it. We start on this website. You have the link here, and if I'm feeling very generous, you might actually find that link down in the video description below. Okay, first you have to find the big red download now button. You click it, and first it is going to ask you if you want to make a donation. But if you're anything like me, you probably think other people's work is worthless and you just click no thanks. You get redirected to the actual download site and click again the big red download now button. And then the download should actually eventually start. You will find the downloaded file wherever your downloads directory is. In my case, it is the desktop. You have to unzip the file with whatever program you usually use for that. Once that is done, you can open the folder and you just double-click the client.exe. In future versions, that might be called a little differently, Apotheosis version, whatever. Double-click and then probably your Windows Defender is going to pop up telling you're an adult and do whatever you want. After gazing into the abyss, we can actually register our account. Currently, there is not really a process for that. We have just to type something that looks a little bit like an email, like this, and then set your password. As you can see, there are currently only 3 buttons really working. The first one is play casual. If you had any friends, you could play against them over there. Then there is play campaign, which I will show you in the next tutorial, where you will play against the AI. But now I want to show you the collection screen. We click it. And as we can see, there are 4 panels here. In the rightmost panel over here, there are all the decks displayed which you currently have. Since we are in alpha, you just get all the cards. You don't have to purchase them or earn them or anything like that. That will, of course, change in later editions. In the rightmost panels, there are the decks which you currently have, which I pre-constructed. That also means they are not necessarily good. You can click on any of these decks, and in the next panel over here, we get displayed all the cards you currently have in this deck. You can add and remove them with the red and blue plus and minus buttons, resulting in the number of cards in this deck going up or down respectively. Of course, you can also delete the deck, rename it, or filter the cards displayed here by name. Let's go for Ballista. By faction requirements, type, costs, etc. In the next panel, one over, there are all the cards you currently own, which again are all the cards. You can also add them to the deck we are currently viewing. If you click on any of the cards in the leftmost panel, it will be displayed in more detail. When pressing the I key, we will have different levels of explanation. Of course, there are theoretically way more ways you can filter these cards, which are currently not implemented. For instance, you can't filter for rule text, you can't filter for the amount or range of attack a card has, the rarity, all that nice stuff will be implemented later on. One last tip, if you are creating a new deck, you should check out the pre-constructed deck new cards. That is not actually a deck, but just all the new cards I created. There were probably some interesting for the deck you're constructing. Also in the faction filter, you can filter for N, which is neutral. There are also many cards that will later belong to a faction, but are currently just to try out. Last but not least, you can create a new deck, which will be empty, and well, basically create a deck from scratch, add new cards to it, save it over here, rename it in this panel to something beautiful like that, and then when you're done, going back to the lobby. Anyway, that was it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I am going to show you how to actually play the game, win or lose against the AI, all that nice stuff. Bye!